goalkeeper came out, made sure that she smothered that ball. Ascent Academy shooting from range, but firing blanks. And again, that was the moment to let the sleeping giant awake. And that goal was enough to send through Gaborone United. Herentals, the Pink Panthers, were not to be outdone as FC Ongos was asking questions very early in the match. But who responded? It was the Pink Panthers in Herentals, making sure that they get over the line. Green Buffaloes were next on the receiving end from a polished performance from Herentals, digging absolutely deep. The route one ball, direct play, and the keeper was again left in no man's land. It was UWC that took them to school and gave them a lesson, one that would spur them on to this particular moment. Knox made sure that she put the ball behind the reach of the goalkeeper, and the second goal coming from Gamed, making sure that that ball gives them the comfort. 2-1 was the final score against Herentals in a match that saw the battle of the midfields. The woodwork also came into the rescue, and they say, make your own luck. And Herental Queens were not to get one. But Moyo, who was another one of those right backs, fantastic moment for her to pull one, and the scoreline ends UWC 2, 1-2.
How the teams actually had their place into the semi-final. But let's appreciate how Group A has actually looked like from the Thursday of the 15th of August 2024. We started with a win in Herentals Quiz 3-1 against FC Ongos, and thereafter we had the University of Western Cape going down to a single goal against Green Buffaloes in the second match of that particular day. And on Saturday it was Green Buffaloes suffering their first loss of the tournament against Herentals Queens, and the University of Western Cape found their winning magic against FC Ongos in that 3-goal margin. And in Group B, it was actually a whole different story, because we started with a goalless stalemate between Gaborone United and UD Lichinga. Then Ascent Academy produced the first win of the group in that 2-1 affair against Young Buffaloes. And then it was another 1-0 draw for Gaborone United in a game that they were forced to come from behind against Young Buffaloes, to actually see how the teams stood in those particular two groups, starting with Group A, where University of Western Cape is finished top with 6 points and 3 goals, only conceding twice in those 3 games that they had actually played. Herentals Queens were the runners-up in that particular group with 6 points and 2 goals, and that group was anchored by Green Buffaloes with 3 points and a -1 as their goal margin. Group B finished with Gaborone United, 2 draws and 1 win did the magic for them to scoop 5 points and sitting on a single goal. Young Buffaloes needed the goals. They had them 4 points and 3 goals. They were the runners actually up of that particular group to conclude the semi-final set for the 2024 CAF Champions Women's League COSAFA qualifiers. The fans have been here from day one, and they wouldn't want to miss the knockout stages, as they are actually eagerly waiting to see how 12 o'clock kickoff will actually produce one finalist for this particular tournament. The matches are here, and today it's the knockout stages, starting with a semi-final one where Gaborone United will play at home against Herentals Queens of Zimbabwe. After that, we've got the final semi-final, that is University of Western Cape of South Africa, who will take on Young Buffaloes of Eswatini. The coaches have had their run this far in this tournament. Others have enjoyed the wins, others have enjoyed the goals, but now it's a knockout stage, and they are all aware of what a win will mean on this particular day. What do they have to say of this semi-final? Gaborone United facing Herentals Queens for the semi-final of this tournament. How are you looking at the game?
Thank you for having me. It's a different ball game at all. Remember, it's a semi-final. It's not like LAU type of the game. So the approach will be different. You have to stay compact at the back and deny them the space of playing in the midfield, and force them to make errors up front. If you see our team, we have 3+ strikers who are very, very quick up front. So we are going to force them to defend every time. But they have the 3 strikers again. They are very quick again. So we have to be able to deal with them.
Is your first choice goalkeeper back in the team, or maybe she's still nursing the injury?
It was a minor injury. She's back in the starting lineup.
How is that a boost to you? You mentioned it earlier on in the previous game that affected the girls when she was actually injured. Her being back in the team, how is the morale now?
Yeah, it boosted the girls' morale, because she's our team captain and she's been long with the team. So it was gonna be the first time they are playing without her. So being back brought a lot of morale and a lot of belief in the team's performance today.
All the best into the semi-final.
Thank you, ma'am.
Coach, playing a semi-final against Gaborone United as Herentals Queens, how are you approaching this one?
Yeah, good morning, ma'am. Yeah, the approach is going to be different from the group stages that we have been playing. The reason being that on this game, the outcome is to come in today. There's no saying we have got a draw, so we carry it in the next game. Today is going to go. We need to have a result today, and we are planning to get that result in the 90 minutes. We don't want to prolong to extra time or to penalties.
Looking at your players, Herentals Queens, you believe in a possession kind of football, and then looking at Gaborone United, the long balls, how are you actually strategizing in making sure that you follow their game plan?
Yeah, we've discussed with the players, and we've put a contingent plan about their long balls. Both the idea is they bypass the midfield, but at the same time we've come up with a strategy in the way that we are going to put more pressure, like usual, in the first 15 minutes and in the last 15 minutes.
You played 2 games, getting a win and keeping 1 clean sheet, and then you conceded and lost in your final group game stages. How have the girls recovered?
Yeah, in brief, I can just comment about the previous games. On the game that we lost, complacence crept into the girls that we have already qualified, so that contributed as well. But as we move to this game, the history now doesn't work. It's a new game after all.
All the best into the semi-finals.
Thank you, ma'am.
Very much, Mo, for a fantastic build-up as we have a look at the teams lining up. To answer your question, it is going to be a humdinger. It is going to be the business end of this tournament, as both sides have the same objectives. It's high fives, it's fist fighting, and also determination. Herentals of Zimbabwe have come this far. Herentals have had to fight very hard. We're talking about a team that has made sure that they are the team of the moment. They failed the first test and just about to do enough to pass the second test. They are up against a team that is absolutely menacing, and we're talking about Gaborone United, who left it late in the surge to the away to the knockout stage. They had to dig deep and testing their character and showing resurgence. This is the live team that takes the pole position today to start off a tournament that has come into this particular moment. It is the starting lineup for Gaborone United. Peresi, it's Muchawe, Bayeletsi, Celebatso, Ditebe, Moloi, Jessica Modise, Atlang Butsang, Ontlametsi, Klama, and Macha. On the bench, you've got Catherine Pete, you've got Sechane, as well as Mohorotse. This is time to go down and see the toss between the 2 captains and the officials who are responsible for this match. It is Shangula Victoria of Namibia, Happiness Bandabanda of Malawi, Nandi Pameze of South Africa, and Nontle Ndlela of South Africa as the 4th official. Your match commissioner is Brenda Kunda. They get into a huddle. They want to make sure they are in unison. The players also get into a huddle. The approach, the tactics, the formation. This is what it comes to. You're talking about two steady coaches in Khalid Nyazoma of Gaborone United. His tactical approach, his questions will be answered. Lazarus Magaya also wants his players to dig a lot deeper than they have in the past. They are celebrating. They are motivating. This is the team sheet for Herental Queens. Polite Mabika. It is Chipatiko, Mafuruse, Ellis Moya, Damba Morono, Mutaura, and it is Mukwanda as well as Muneme. On the bench, Chikori, Rungu Kazambe, as well as Chibwana and Nyoni. They are expected to come in as the match progresses. Herental Queens, who are in the blue uniforms with a little bit of blue trimmings, they attacking the goal from the left to the right of your screen. They look like they will be getting us started here. And when you look at Gaborone United, they are in the red uniform with white trimmings, attacking the goal from the left to the right of your screen. Gaborone United starting this tournament very slow, but finishing with 5 points. We are about to get starting, and alongside me for this game is Esther Shidron Banda. We have had a fantastic tournament thus far, and getting to this moment has been hard work for both teams.
I must say congratulations to the 4 teams that has made it this far. It was not easy, it was very tough. So one would say experience versus youth. The respect element is there for the opponents.
Absolutely, and immediately off the mark is Gaborone United with 3 matches that they played. They had 1 win, 2 draws, and that gave them the right to book a spot in the semi-finals. It's going to be tough. It's going to be tactical. Herentals, on the other hand, started like a house on fire with a massive 6 points, scoring 5 goals, conceding 3 with a goal difference of 2. They are the team from Zimbabwe who have really fallen in love with this country and are making sure that they stamp the authority. The coach says the only way is to go to the final. With 12 games in the bag, this is the 13th match of the 2024 CAF Women's Qualifiers. Warm conditions, about 26 degrees on an artificial turf. It could even increase, and what is expected is a water break. The heat stress machine qualifies that anything above 27 degrees needs a water break. Players have got to hydrate. Getting back onto the match, there's a waltzing Matilda in Keitumetsi Ditebe. Gone on, it's Malloy. Just asking questions very early in the match to the goalkeeper. That is Lindiwe Magwede. Keitumetsi Ditebe. A lame pass from the left-hand side, which got the coach off his seat. Molloy. Another long ball from Gaborone United in search of Ontlametsi, and offside flag goes up immediately. Nandi Pamenze making sure that she's spot on with the action. A busy afternoon is what it is. This is the first offside of the match. It's 2 minutes. One thing that we're not expecting is a fast-paced game. The players, once you get to the knockout stages, player management, game management is very important. So the players just need to play with caution. The players need to play according to the coach's plan. Ball in the air. Laone Moloi gives chase and just runs out of room. Intercepted by Modise. A throw in for Herentals. Throw in by Gaborone. Playing it into the midfield. Celebato has been pushed into the midfield, normally operating in the centre-back role as Celebato. And that place has now been taken by Macha and Muchawe, the two centre-backs that are now bringing in a different combination, just pushing it up into the midfield where experience is wanted is Celebato. Pivotal, she's just in that pivot, slotting into that pocket. She'll definitely be spraying those passes left and right, looking for Modise, looking for Keitumetse Ditebe and Ontlamet. When you get to this stage of the competition, there's very few mistakes. Talking about Mafuruse! She hasn't been seen as Mafuruse, and all of a sudden she lets ribs.
Talking about caution, Mafuluse has the strength and pace and a go-to player on the field. That's a player Gaborone United should keep an eye on.
Well, definitely. You have to keep an eye on Modi Mafuruse. She's shown in this tournament that she has been instrumental. The way she connects that ball very well. She's got 2 goals as Modi Mafuruse, wanting to make it 3. Corner, Herentals. All the way over the heads of all the players. It gives an opportunity to Gaborone to break attack. We're talking about a defense-splitting pass that tries to find Ontlametsi, who had strayed momentarily into an offside position. Tumbare brings in Chipatiko. Chipatiko comes to the left-hand side looking for Mafuruse. Mafuruse plays the 1-2, but dispossessed. Ball turnover to Gaborone United. Celebato showing some good skill, but closed down, and it is Munemo. Munemo playing the 1-2, looking for Mafuruse. Mafuruse is able to make some space for herself to receive that ball, but it was intercepted by a defense marshaled by Muchawe and Tlama. Damba Murono. The chase is on. She gives it up to the goalkeeper. Lindiwe Maguire will pick it up, will launch another attack. They're playing it slow at Tumbare, the wall of Jericho. She is so fantastic in that defense, is Agnes Tumbare. She's been a fantastic player, and combining with talent, Mukwanda. She just leads by example. They've been stingy. They've been mingy. Ball bubbling and picked up by Aletsi. Aletsi gives away possession, and this time it is Bridget Mutaura. Mutaura, it's another long ball over the top, and Ditebe will give chase. I think you can actually see the players holding back, not chasing everything, just being very cautious about how they approach this match, still sussing each other out. Control, mistake, and here's an opportunity for Brainens. She gets the corner. She gets the corner.
She gets the corner indeed. I've just also noticed that the defenders of Gaborone have one job to do if they want to survive out of this one. That is to keep the ball away from the opponents.
Keeping the ball away, more so from a player like Mafuruse, a player like Mabika, also a player like Magwede. That is the attacking trio that definitely likes to play route 1. Here's that ball just bobbling in the box, but quickly cleared away. Alice Moyo, a good turn, but losing her footing at a crucial moment as Brainen's keeper comes out, launches a long-range shot. It finds Alice Moyo. I call her the Njinga. If you're from Malawi, you know what I'm talking about. The Njinga. That is Alice Moy. She's always on a bicycle, always ever ready to make the inroads on the left-hand side. Not only that, she plays at her own pace. She dictates the play from that defense. Gaborone. Referee's having none of it. There's no malice intended. Get yourself up and let's get going. Polite Mabika. She has preeminence to aim for. She decides she will take on the defense. And that is not a bad idea. Not a bad idea. Goalkeeper positioning herself very well. 0-0 the scoreline. Almost 10 minutes gone. 10 minutes to allow the team to settle. Any one of those two who can settle first, especially in the middle, will take control.
Yeah.
Modise. Damba Murono. Nyasha Munemo. Disappointed with herself. She is definitely disappointed with herself for that supply. There was space and there was a good opportunity for her to just exploit that space that was left by Gaborone United.
Yeah, we are actually seeing fantastic ball control for Herentals. They are very skillful and should not be allowed to give space. If anything can happen, they can dismantle and unsettle the Gaborone's defense.
Well, they have. With a player like Mafuruse, you can see how strong she is in that challenge. Make sure she gets the ball in and still carries it a little forward, showing that it's very clear they want the early goal. They need that early goal, and she's definitely the go-to player. Laone Moloi. Laone Moloi. Bridget Mutaura. Bridget Mutaura. Intercepted by Modise. Moloi playing it back to Bialetsi. Yes, Bialetsi stretching her ankles. The space. One thing is that this game is very open. Here is Modise taking on a player. Fires! And that was picked very easily by Maguire. Picked very easily by Maguire. It's very good to see that Gaborone United's goalkeeper recovered from a very, very scary moment. She takes a position in goal. And we've got to compliment the medical team for working hard. It was a rest day yesterday, which allowed for players with injuries to nurse themselves, to make sure that they can pick up from where they left off. More so, Peresi, who has been absolutely awesome in this tournament thus far. She's conceded only 3 goals, so with a goal difference of +1 for Gaborone United, she's absolutely vital to the progression into the next stage. Herentals. Bridget. Forced back is Bridget, realizing that there's not much room in the back, in the front for her to aim for. Bialetsi does a quick 1-2, waltzes away. Celebatso, a lovely, delightful ball, trying to get in between the defenders, does find a Yaone Modise.
Well, Herentals' back four needs to also not give Ditebe room to turn and shoot, because she can be very devastating.
She can, but at this moment, Ditebe is a little bit shy. She's hiding. What we are seeing is Modise. We're also seeing Moloi. We need to see a lot more of Ontlameti. We need to see a lot more of Ditebe. as that ball bounces and goes all the way to Tlamelo Perez. Once you get to these semi-final stages, Esther, we don't get that many goals. It's usually very businesslike. It's 1-0, 2-1, very, very low score, because now you're sifting the quality, and it's quality against quality. No disrespect to the other teams who have come out. In actual fact, looking at the display of the other teams that have gone out, we're talking about Green Buffaloes of Zambia, who are were the favorites of this tournament.
Who were the favorites, and they were actually competing for the in the fourth row. And not only that, they were also the 2022 champions of the CAF Women's Champions League. So to see them suffer the defeat that they did with the other team that has low experience, that was very heartbreaking.
Heartbreaking. They also had the goalkeeper, Aisha Mwana, who was the player that won the Golden Gloves in 2022 after dethroning Mamelodi Sundowns' dominance and just putting the brakes on the South African teams. But yet again, just to say to Mamelodi Sundowns, who have booked a spot in the Champions League already as defending champions, they are automatically already preparing for that particular tournament.
And the winner from this side will actually join them later on the continental finals.
Talking about the winner, let me just tell you, the teams that have qualified, it's UWC and Herentals to the semi-finals. You also have Gaborone United and Young Buffaloes into the semi-finals. So UWC, who is from South Africa, carries the hopes of the South African. Herentals carries the hopes of the Zimbabweans. Gaborone United carry the hopes of Botswana. And I'm sure double action, wherever they are, they say we are well represented. Not forgetting that double action were in the finals with Mamelodi Sundowns, losing by 2-0. But that is going to count for nothing. It is the 4th edition. It is new goals, it's new rules, it is new expectations for each team to progress. Both these teams are debutants, mind you, in this tournament. 5 in total is what we had when we talk of debutants.
That just shows that the history for this competition or tournament is still rewriting and is writing, and we are getting more of these debutants performing so much better than we expected.
Absolutely. As a player goes down in the center circle, rolling and grimacing, that will give an opportunity to the referee to banish a yellow card to a very unlikely sword in Ketumetse Ditebe. This, for me, is already a warning. We haven't seen much of Ditebe, who is absolutely vital. She's got a goal in this tournament, and she is the captain of the side. And when you become frustrated, you give away unnecessary fouls like this one. But the player is still down. Let me just share with you, we have a first 11 of the group stages. And up front is Faith Chinzimu. We call her Sapitwa. You know why we call her Sapitwa. We're talking about Tenanile Ngampala. We call her Ogia. Yeah? And you're looking at Simpiwe Dlovu of Eswatini. That is my AK-47. That is the front line for the 11, the best 11. In the middle of the park, it's Kalulu, not Tolo Pesan. She's combining with Ketumetse Ditebe. Doba Doba. Yeah, she's the Doba Doba. She's the agent. She's the one that connects the passes. She's the one that makes them play. Talking about that ball just taking a bounce and going to have a drink of water. Let's get back to business. The best 11. Alice Moyo of Herentals. I give her the name Njinga. She's the Njinga, the bicycle.
The fast rider.
The fast rider. Whether you like it or not, she does it at her own pace. That is the Njinga. Agnes Tumbare, the wall of Jericho. She's from Herentals. That's another player. Herentals with 2 players, and it is in vital positions. Talking about vital positions, let's get to this attack in the box and head a ball away, and it had to be. It's Macha, just making sure that she gets it furthest away. Macha. Last touch of Herentals, of a red and white jersey that is Gaborone United to give the corner A corner to Herentals. It's a corner to Herentals. They've got 5 players in the box to aim for. They've got the height. They've pushed up Damba Murono. They've pushed up Alice Moye. They've also pushed up Diana Chipatiko. Lady D. Diana Chipatiko. That's a Lady Di. Ball in the air. Header away. As far as the big box. Here's Herentals trying to curl it with the right foot. Falls for Damba Murono. Murono still in an advanced position. It's Prainens. How does she get by as she's looking to poke holes in that defense? Mochawe says, not under my watch. Not under my watch. Yaon. Modise. She says to Ontlametsi, you know, I've just heard Gloria call Alice Moyo Njinga. So can't you get onto your bicycle and give chase? Celibat. It's a throw-in. You know, when Gaborone left it so late to surge their way to this point, they had to dig deep. It was quite testing of their character, showing resurgence. So it had to take 5-goal display to get them to see the diamonds eventually shine. That is Gaborone United. They are known to have plenty of diamonds. And on the other hand, Coach Lazarus was cruising. It had to take the feeling of pain to remind them why they the loss. An unbelievable loss, according to them. They said they wanted 100% to win and make sure their presence is felt at this tournament. They went down. But who are you talking about? We're talking about the Queens. The Queens took the crown, and now they take those diamonds, put them on their crown, and they say, we're moving forward.
And they stand up tall.
Standing up tall. Using that direct play. Definitely not played at a high intensity, fighting for the second ball. Recovery, regeneration for the teams was vital. I mean, it's a big ask. 4 games in succession, one after the other. They'll tell you, we're not machines. We need a rest. And that rest was provided yesterday for most teams to just relax, but they were busy at work. Talking about busy, yes, polite Mabika. There's nothing polite about her when she gets onto the field, but make no mistake, when she's outside the field, what an angel. She's definitely a queen. Moyo. Modise. Ontlametsi. She allowed that ball to pass through. She gets back a pass from Nyasha Munemo. Here is the ever-present Moloi. And a tame shot from Gaborone. A tame shot from Gaborone United.
We call that one a Hollywood pass.
A Hollywood pass?
A Hollywood pass.
Why is that, Esther?
Well, it's impressive, but it doesn't achieve much.
Oh, wow. Hollywood pass. I will remember that. You know, family. We learn as we go along. We strive to do better as we go on. And, you know, you get to Malawi and you learn about a Hollywood pass. And that is the finesse. That is the beauty of this game. We are in Hollywood as Hollywood Bets continues to serve football on the continent. They are integral in the growth of women's football, not only in football, but in sports. They have been partners of COSAFA for quite some time. So yes, should we say welcome to Hollywood?
Welcome to Hollywood, but please slow down on the Hollywood passes.
Well, eventually, coach will tell you that you got to keep trying until something pays off. And somebody might just catch on and latch on to that Hollywood pass. And it's players like Moloi that are asked to latch on to those. There's a player down. Looks like Alice Moyo. Alice Moyo. She'll get up. You know, everyone who learns to ride a bike, at some point you got to fall down. Alice Moyo just losing out, but that had nothing to do with her equipment. It was fingers in the eye that blocked her vision. Oh, that was delightful to see. One bounce and a good touch by Tumbare. Agnes Tumbare, who has made the best 11, the wall of Jericho. Tamma Murono on the receiving end. But, just using her hand to protect her face. But sometimes I ask myself, what else are you supposed to do? It's the instincts.
On toes, keep up. Up.
Tamba Murono leaps highest, but beaten to the ball by Nancy Bialezzi. Switching play, Chipatiko looking for Agnes. Bridget Mutaura. This is what you want to see from Keitumetse. You wanted to drop a bit deep. You wanted to play the 1-2s, but you also wanted to keep possession and not give it away easily like she did. Liano Busang. Busang keeps that ball in play. The full circumference has got to go over the line. In that instance, it didn't. There's spaces that are opening up. Combination play of Gaborone United needs to be consistent. Maguire. I simply love Maguire. She's just got a lovely physique for a goalkeeper. She's got great agility. Chawe, very strong in that defensive third for Gaborone. Busy as you like is Prainance Maguire. Pickpocketed. This time it's Laone Moloi. Malone says, no, I've become colorblind. Yes, Damba Murono, just passing the ball to Damba Murono. And here in the right place is Nancy Bialezzi. Bialezzi will pick her head up, picks a pass, finds Yaone Modise. Modise loses out. Nyasha Munemo, Damba Murono. Murono finds Prainance Maguire. Maguire has company. Referee doesn't like Polite Mabika's challenge. Referee doesn't like. She's pushing, she's grabbing, but you cannot blame them. They each want to impose. They each want to impress. There's a lot at stake, and it's a stake, and it's a place in the final. That is what is at stake in this match. A place in the final. And one thing that is certain about the final, we are getting a new champion. The dominance of Green Buffaloes ended in the group stages. Decent ball. Keeper comes out. Good cross. Delightful ball. Keeper came out, got 2 fists to it. Called to the rescue. She responded. She got 2 hands to it and got distance away from the goal mouth. Have a look at this ball. It comes from deep, a diagonal ball. Looked like Alice Moyo. And keeper dipping quickly. She had her eyes firmly focused on the ball. And looks like maybe a clash with her own player in Muchawe. But the miracle water will do the job, and so is Yaone Modise hydrating. Every opportunity they get, the water is ready. Bialezzi of Gaborone, she is put to the ground. It's Damba Murono. Damba Murono bringing Prainance. Prainance bringing in at Nyasha Munemo. Munemo on the edge of the box, and away by Busang. Alice Moyo. She'll keep that pressure. Playing with a mid-block is Herentals. Forcing the errors on Gaborone United. But it is the captain, Keitumetse Ditebe, slowing it down a bit. Keitumeti Ditebe, Doba, losing out, and that ball goes for a throw-in. Ha! We talk of Keitumeti Ditebe. Damba Murono. Bailetsi. On the bicycle. Here's Hontametsi. Crossing. Yaone Modise. Atama. Not as cramped as you would get. Everybody's opening up as Muchawe. Muchawe gives away possession. But good to find that the referee is spot on with the action, moving with the action. And this is why you need a very fit referee. She's got to keep up with 22 players.
22 players. Make sure that they're on in line. They're not breaking any rules, and also she behaves as a mother once in a while to warn them.
Oh yeah, that's a vital point. You know, one thing about the female referees, they're not as vicious. They have that motherly instinct, and they continue to nurture the players. And well, we're going to see Mother Teresa is going to be refereeing in the next match, bringing in her own story. Here's Bayeletsi. Doba. There's Doba. Keitumeti. Ha! Hey! That's fantastic play. Gaborone. Doba. Keitumeti. She puts a shimmy, but she loses out. No, the Dobas here in Malawi don't do that. They come out from anywhere. Celibato. You know, when the teams get into the semi-finals, they dig deep. They start showing you their character. In the knockout, in the group stages, they know they've got tomorrow. They make a mistake today, they can fix it tomorrow. In the knockout stages, there's no second chance. It's now or never. You know, there was a player in South Africa, they call him Never Die. Never die.
Never die.
Never die. Never die, Mukom.
I must say though, Gaborone. That Gaborone have showcased the quality in Botswana's women football. They have a good quality, and this just proves them coming in the semi-finals that they have good quality when you talk about female football.
No, definitely. I mean, when you're looking at the Zimbabwean team, you know, we had Black Rhino Queens. I still am so privileged to have met and seen Rutendo Mokori play, and she was definitely a leader in the pack, could dig deep. She is a very stalky player, has got a bit of weight, but my goodness, an absolutely menacing stature. She can find the back of the net. She works tirelessly. That is Rutendo Mokori gracing this occasion. You know, so far in this tournament we've had 15 clubs. Black Rhino Queens, Costa del Sol, Double Action, the Lesotho Defence Force, Manzini Wanderers, and Topwa. And that has become a favorite of mine with the Deputy Minister, Mr. Joma, owning that team, and he's become my favorite, Damba Murono. She's really stealing the show, is Damba Murono. Here's Ditebe. Abayaletsi. Laone Moloi. On top was the team Olympic Di Maroni, Herental Queens, UWC, FC Ongos, which was Tura Magic. So at least with FC Ongos, they've been here before. Tura Magic. They didn't play in 2022. They didn't come in 2023. 2024. They won a game. and they scored a goal. They had to break their hoodoo.
Well,
Is
talking about Ntopa, G is actually getting a cow from the mayor, the deputy mayor,
Why are you letting
Jomo.
my secret out?
I have to, because they wonder how come you are stuck in Malawi. How come you're not going back to SA? She's getting a full cow from the deputy mayor, Jomo Osman.
Now you're letting out my secrets on air. Player down. Player receiving medical attention. We'll go back to the best 11. The defense line consists of Alice Moyo, Agnes Tumbare. UWC's also got a representative in that defense. Bonke Kakamede makes the lineup, so does Figile Magama. The goalkeeper also, Spesihle Dlamini. I have to give her a name, a church. The bouncer. You're not going to enter. If you enter without permission, she deals with you. That's a Spesihle Dlamini. So well taken, or well put together, and the coach of the side is Tina Sonke Mbuli. They call her the Boo. Well, she's been given names. It's not me, guys. It's the people of Malawi. It is not me. It's not me. You've got Sapitwa, AK-47, Doba Doba, Kalulu, Kabaza, the Pitbull, Wall of Jericho, Suri, Njinga, and Ichocho.
You know, Malawians have a way of complimenting you. If they like you, you're doing something good, they're definitely going to give you a nickname.
Oh, well, there's no I think majority of the football players have got to have a nickname. And that is always to relive the moments and try and support many players who have graced the stage. Mafuruse. Giving chase. Modise loses out. It was maybe a big ask of Mafuruse. Ball is in the air, 35 minutes. I'm sure you're asking, when are we going to see the goals? Guys, ladies are taking their time. The ladies are taking their time. Not forgetting that Temwa and Tawita are streaming this match. They're watching what is happening in Malawi.
When you have set a good example, you go back and you have to see if that is really working.
But it has to, Esther, and the reason is simple. The flag of Malawi is flying in France right now. And you got to give credit to the pace setters.
And America as well.
And America. So, I mean, when you have one of our sisters playing out in countries like America and countries like France, you got to give praise, you got to follow. And you also got to give back to the community of where we come from. And I believe Tabitha is making sure she does exactly that.
Tabitha is really a good example of giving back to the community and to your own country. She's not just a pangolin and carrying the flag outside the country, but she also sponsors the team that she used to play for, that is DD Sunshine. She pays school fees for kids in this country. She goes to the orphanages and she takes care of a lot of people, and she's actually given an opportunity to employ people through her companies.
Well, here's a chance here. Keeper called, and a lovely header to just play it back from Muchawe to a goalkeeper. Laone Malloy. Intercepted by Tumbare. Here's a Doba Doba Ketumetse. Doba Doba on the left-hand side. Ha! She's finding her players with such ease. It's difficult to put a stop to her. Here is Alice and Nyasha Muneno. She's got to be apologetic when the build-up is looking nice. You want to finish it off also with a great effort. Doba intercepts. It's a ball hacked away, looking for Mafuruse. Bayeletsi. Damba Murono finds Prenans. Hard to take the ball away from Prenans, but there's a battle there between Prenans and Mochawe. They are stuck like glue to each other. The battle of the two number twos, Mochawe and Prenans. Throw in.
39 minutes, 0-0 from both sides. The way I see it, the midfield that will set off first will try to gain the momentum and control.
Well, they're still struggling to really get that because each team is losing possession rather easily. And on the touchline, there's a little bit of aggression shown by Lawane Moloi. And the referee says, no, just cool it down, ladies, before they take out the lipstick from the handbag, before they take out the glasses from the handbag and the tissue. Ditebe. Geitumeti Ditebe. Ontlameti Ditebe. This is what we're talking about, and this is what we want. Ontlameti went down rather easily, but look, to be fair, Damba Murono is very sneaky. She knows what she did and got away from it. Again, you see the two number 20s there. Look at that, pushing her from the back. But she also falls down very easily, almost like a bag of maize.
A bag of maize ready to fly.
Header. When you have such a beautiful ball, all you need is a good connection and to complement it very well. Yaone Modise went in with her eyes closed and missed that opportunity for Gaborone. It is one of the clear opportunities, the clear chances that has been created by Gaborone. Prenans. Alice Moyo. Ontlamets. Ontlamets coming from an offside position. Referee was very quick to blow that. Well, let me just remind you, there is no extra time in the semi-finals. If this match is tied after 90 minutes, they go straight to a penalty shootout. That is forgiving. It has been a grueling tournament, and to play extra time will just add another 30 minutes to the players, and that's when you're inviting injuries. So I think going straight to penalties is definitely a better way to wrap up the match. But I'm sure if we're looking at the way this match is turning out, there's very few errors that are being created. They're very cautious in the approach. There's nobody going into it with their eyes closed. We're going to probably look forward to the second half, in which the coaches now have got to come to the fore. You want to be able to see in the second half what is their imposing plan. How do they change the personnel? Talking about the personnel, here's the long ball, one bounce. They've been able to deal with those high balls from Herentals. The three strikers who usually love running into those pockets have really been looked after. Good work, good build-up by Liano Busang. And keeper followed that right up to the end. 43 minutes plus the referee's optional time. Nyasha Munemo. One minute is to be added to this match, and that shows that the match has been played in a good spirit. There's not that many stoppages, so they've really done well to keep the ball in play. And praise to the referee. She's really had a decent day at the office thus far. First 45 minutes, but they got to be careful for the tempers flaring, and that is in the last frantic 45 minutes. They trust their goalkeepers to go into penalty shootout. Offside. Second one in the match for Herentals. Tumbare. Laone Moloi. Look at that recovery of Tumbare. She was the one who headed the ball, made so much of ground to go back and intercept that pass to Laone Moloi. As Doba Keitumetsi Ditebe. She's got a goal to her name. Here's an opportunity for Herentals. Rushed shot by Polite Mabika. That's what the pressure does to you. Decision making becomes questionable. You hurry your shot. You just need to be composed. When you get into the kitchen, don't throw the pots and the pans. No. Just make your meal according to the recipe given. And that recipe is given by the coach. Violets. Moyo. All the way to the goalkeeper. Very rushed. Maguire, Lindiwe Maguire, who's in the national team of Zimbabwe. Players like Immaculate, Caetano, Nyaumwe, there's another one, Mandaza. Those are some of the players that operated for the national team of Zimbabwe. And referee Victoria Shangula brings an end to the first 45 minutes. 45 minutes of two teams that are battling it out with everything that they have. And there's really not much to write home about or to send home. It's just navigating carefully and being cautious. And this is what definitely happens at this stage. But we are expecting a different second half. We are expecting the coaches to look at their bench. And there's players like Jessica Maponga, Mokhorotsi. We confirm the scoreline at Imperial Stadium. Gaborone United 0, Herentals Queens 0. Let's have a look at the highlights of the first 45 minutes, which was quite an intriguing match, a match that hasn't lit up, as Moyo asking the questions of goalkeeper Peresi in that early move. They were definitely looking for an early ball and a clash with their own player, Muchawe, just got the keeper to dampen his spirit. A shot from the 18-yard area was blocked. Dumbo Morono looking for the answers. But Keitumetsi Doba Ditebe also decided she wants another opportunity to get onto the score sheet. And missing rather narrowly is Yaone Modise. She was not done yet, as Liano Busang also asked questions of Lindiwe Maguire. Winning that midfield battle for that particular moment. They continued to attack. And in the closing stages of the first 45, it was Polite Mabika asking questions of the goalkeeper. Well, they've looked jaded, but they have so much to do in the second half. They're going to have to draw deep into the second half. Coach Lazarus Magaga will definitely talk to his players. Very lanky players in that defense. They've been asked to change their game slightly, and it is causing a little bit of concern. On the other hand, a very, very polished performance from Gaborone United. Let's go down to the touchline with Mokere as she interviews the guests that we have.
With us here is the executive member of the Football Association of Malawi and the chair of women's football for Malawi. That's Madam Adelaide Migogo. Looking at the tournament this far, you must be one of the excited individuals at this particular tournament.
Yes, I'm very excited, and we're also happy on the way the tournament is going on.
Being the first time Malawi hosting such a tournament as far as women's football is concerned, what does it mean to women's football in Malawi?
It means a lot because we are learning a lot from other teams, and we have seen that the crowd has been coming in large numbers, and this really shows that people are also hungry to see how women football can be, women football competition can be showcasing their things in here.
2 consecutive years sending a representative. This year we had Ascent Academy from Malawi. The last one was Kukoma and Topa Women. What kind of strides are these to the development of the game?
It actually gives local teams confidence that if they work hard in championship, which is our local tournament, it gives them that confidence that whenever they work hard, they'll also do like what Ntopa, Kukoma and Ascent has done.
Looking at the performance of Ascent Academy as the chair of women's football, are you happy with what you had seen from the ladies?
Yeah, I'm happy they've tried their best, but they were a bit not, I can say that they've tried their best, but there was some areas which needs to be improved, but they've learned a lot. When they go back, they'll see, and they'll go back to the drawing board and see what they can do next when maybe they will have a chance again to compete in this competition next time.
Taking of lessons that you have said that this competition has presented for Malawi football, women's football, what are the key ones that you're taking home that you would actually use to develop the game?
There are a lot of things that we have learned where we need to be more prepared when we are coming next time to compete in this competition, and there are other things that we have learned that in terms of organizing and in terms of how to treat supporters who are coming in. There are a lot of things that we have learned, and we'll apply them next time when we host or next time when we participate in a competition like this one.
Thank you so much for talking to us this afternoon. That's Madam Adelaide Migogo there, the chair of women's football, the chair for women's football for Malawi and the executive member for the Football Association of Malawi, being excited with the lessons that they've actually gotten from this particular tournament, saying they will actually help to develop the game that is still developing in the warm heart of Africa. At recess is still goalless in the first semi-final between Gaborone United of Botswana and the Herentals Queens of Zimbabwe. A full second half to actually determine the first finalist for the 2024 CAF Champions League COSAFA qualifiers is concerned.
United of Botswana, they're up against Herentals Queens. 0-0 is the scoreline. If you are just joining us, you haven't missed too much of the action. But there have been attempts and goalkeepers have both been able to deal with the pressures that have been mounted on them. And so far, very evenly balanced, very evenly poised as we get underway. It is Herentals in the blue uniform that get us underway, and there are a couple of changes that are being made. The first one being that of Herentals Queens, and the player out is Preenance Magwere. She has given her all as Preenance Magwere, and her position is being taken by number 5, that is Melody Chikore. Melody Chikore. She's going to be singing sweet melodies at the end of this match because the coach has asked her to come and turn this game on its head. And what pressure it is on Melody Chikore. But she's capable, she's able, she's contributed in the last 3 matches as the players have been asked to dig a lot deeper. Ball out. Melody Chikore. Munemo. Here's a chance for Mafuruse. Last touch off a red shirt. And there's some excitement on the bench. Just wanting to start with the right foot. And they get a corner. This is the 3rd corner. The first one of the second half. 3rd corner for Herentals. Standard situations have benefited them to great effect. Quickest way to goal, shortest way to goal. It is Alice Moyo, the Njinga. Ball in the box, header, and still bobbling in that defense. But it is Molloy who gets it away. This will allow the defense to reorganize. Herentals very intentional with the corners. They have the height. Bayaletse sends it back for another try. She says, try it again. Let's see what will come of it. Polite Mabika. Mafuruse is cushioning that ball as Mafuruse goes down. Here's a Ditebe. Moyo. One bounce. Keeper. In the middle of the park is Tumbare. Agnes Tumbare is really one of those players that have got an engine like a Rolls Royce. She is absolutely energetic. We call her the Wall of Jericho.
Talking about Agnes Tumbare from Herentals, she's coming in from deep, is a defender with goals, not dependent on one player, but anyone can score.
Yeah, definitely. I think that is what you want. This being a team sport, you definitely want the players to be able to connect. You want them to combine. You want them to not steal the shine for themselves, look for a player in a better position and release the pass. But very often, I think we've seen footballers that are very selfish, not only in women's football, but also in the men's game. They make something so simple be very, very difficult. I think if our players can... I'll complete that sentence. Let's have a look as Celebatso is flat on the ground and face down, looking rather concerning as Celebatso. This was an incident that happened when our cameras were focusing with the action, which has been frantic. But we'll see if we can get the action and show you what has really happened to Celebatso. Well, our cameramen have been absolutely fantastic in this tournament. They've been able to find everything with those lenses. Celebatso going in. She headed that ball, but it doesn't look like there was much malice. It's a throw-in. Good to see Selebatso holding her nose. I think she headed that ball wrong. She headed that ball with her face. Away. All the way to Lindiwe Magwere. Now, Lindiwe Magwere was part of the Olympic team in 2016 for Zimbabwe that went to Rio de Janeiro. And she was in goal and had to face Australia in that 6-1 defeat, followed up by Canada. They lost by 3-1. And then the Germans were also merciless and conceding 6 goals. They even called them the 6x6. So they slayed the platform players like Talent Mandaza, Rutendo Mokori, Nishamba. Gaborone. There's an attack. There's a Melody Chikore. Well, here's the director, Mr. Nicholas Zakame of Gaborone United. He's looking on and he's looking impressed. He even nods his head and says, "Thank you for the recognition, Mr. Nicholas." Throw in. Mafuruse. Way over the top. She's been asked to calm down, is Mori Mafuruse. She connected that with the laces as Mafuruse. The longer this game takes with the 0-0 scoreline, the team of Botswana grows. And I'm not being biased, but the experience is definitely something to mention, as there's also quite a number of players in the national team of Gaborone United. They've also had the 2 players that moved from double action in Selebatso as well as Muchao. They've come away, they've come to join Gaborone United, and they can definitely lend their experience. I mean, we've seen Selebatso here in the second half drop into the defense line. An attempt to the goalkeeper, who almost made a hash of it, but I think she spotted the flag, and an offside was given. Chipatiko, a Diana, pickpockets a Chikore. That's another aimless shot. They seem to be taking those drives from distance that are not troublesome.
That's why experience comes. And we're talking about experience. Gaborone won the Women's Football Championship when they defeated Makhazi City 25-0 in the semi-finals before 8-1 victory over Tawana in the decider. So that speaks a lot about experience for Gaborone.
25 goals.
25-0.
So that speaks to Ontla Messi, Modise, Ditebe, and why they are the feared strikers in this tournament. And coming away with it is Busang. Yes, Busang. She finds Molloy. Molloy has Ontla Messi just riding on her inside. Referee allowing play to flow and then going back to check on the player. They're not happy because the player was down and wanted the referee to blow at that particular moment. But the referee does not need to stop the play at that moment. Let's have a look at whether or not she's justified for that decision. It was a fair challenge. It was a strong one. There's nothing wrong with that challenge. Doba Doba. Damba Murono. She won the ball. This is the experience of Selebatso. We mentioned that this time she moved from the midfield. She dropped into the defense. I don't see what the concern is. I really don't see the concern. Damba Murono is up. It was just a very strong challenge. pitting experience with youth and putting the body structure on the line. Selebatso coming off better of the two. The ice on the head. At least I'm not a player. That can give you a brain freeze. Gaborone in the box. Keeper comes out. Maguire. Rio de Janeiro, 2016. Lindiwe Maguire was in the post. Conceded a massive 15 goals in that tournament is Maguire. Alice Moya. Njinga. Modise. Damba Murono. Bayaletsi. Gaborone on the run. Gaborone moving forward. Down she goes and clipped on the ankles. Is the occasion too big for Herentals? Is the occasion one to navigate? Damba Murono has been in the thick of things. It's a free kick. Left for Muchawe to take. She has Modise. She has Ditebe. She has Ontlametsi. It's Ditebe who gets a touch. And that will go for a goal kick. No, the referee, the assistant linesman, happiness. Mbanda Banda says it's a corner, the last touch coming off a blue jersey. She has a better view from where she's at. She has a better view. There's no remonstration from the ladies. So, Ketumetse Ditebe, the captain. The referee says, don't block the vision of the goalkeeper. Whatever you do, just be careful. They can't play it short. She can't deliver the quality. Header. Oh, beauty. That's close. Chance gone. Chance gone. Laone Moloi, who has really a stunning way of getting away from the defense, peeling away from the defenses. Laone Moloi. Look at this corner. Had the pace, headed away, and the final touch coming off Laone Moloi. Keeper there. It's again Damba Murono who created some hesitancy, asking a lot of Modise. Moyo does well. She's on a bicycle. Njinga. Oh, that's mine. Njinga. Hellas Moyo. She doesn't get tired. She goes up and down. Calmly so. Making her way to Blantyre, the city center. In this case, she's making her way to the goal. Hellas Moyo. Ball in. Ball being dispossessed. In the middle of the park, who's available? Modise. Away by Diana Chipatiko. By Aletse. Damba Murono. Mafuruse beaten to the ball. Referee just wants Damba Murono to move away from the action. As Damba Murono going in, a foot up, just clipping the ankles of Liana Busang, and she's not liking it, and the referee just saying, let's damp it out. Let's just be calm about what we are doing. Ball in the box. Trickles all the way to Lindiwe Maguire. Chikore, the intended recipient, does well. Chikore, she's on a bicycle, is Chikore. Violetze tidies up and says, not under my watch. Playing with 4 at the back, 3 in the midfield, 3 up front. That is Gaborone United. They've still kept the discipline. And into the hands of Tlamelo Peresi. Tumbare. Quick 1-2 from Nyasha Munemo. Mochawe says, you know what? Let my players just drop a little bit back and let's see if we can conjure up a few passes. They want to get about 2-3 passes together. We're not seeing that much of the passes because they really are breaking up play with ease. Both sides are giving away the ball quite quick. The recovery ratio also just as quick. So that is why the referee now and then, when she gets the opportunity to allow the game to flow like now, she lets it flow. Maguire, Munemo, Mochawe finds Busang. Busang asks for a run from Laone Moloi. There's Violetze. Maguire. We have to be ready with the stretcher. Maybe it's going to go to the benches. The coaches this time are breathing heavily. The coaches are struggling to get the players to respond. They want that goal. Here's Tamba Morono. An extra touch. Polite Mabika! Oh no. Tlamelo Peresi says not this time. Closes the angle very well. Goes down very quick.
And she is flexible, quick reflexes, and that has helped her a lot. I've seen that now.
Yeah, she has quick reflexes, and what has improved today is also the reading of the game, her positioning, the way she moves to cover that, and looking at that ball, she gets her body behind it, she makes sure she gets it into the handbag and doesn't allow much of anything that, any spillages. The referee is very alert, and we see UWC, who are to play the game later on this afternoon, UWC against Young Buffaloes. Let's not forget that the goalkeeper who is under the watch of the referee in this match, Tlamelo Peresi, is the goalkeeper that was on the receiving end of a horrible challenge and needed to be taken off the field in an ambulance. It's good to see her come back in this match. She'll definitely be closely looked at. Everybody remembers. She's been asked to breathe. Well, one thing that we have seen in this tournament a lot of is there's been complaints, and you can see players with a bit of a chest problem. Maybe a little bit of watering of the pitch is important before games or even at night. Because the artificial turf, the problem with the artificial turf is it collects the dust, which when the ball bounces, the inhaling of the dust causes problems on a number of the players. And we've seen the players in this tournament react to that.
Not only does it collect dust, but also heat. So heat together with dust, that can cause chaos and poison.
Goalkeeper is up and about. She's going to shake it off. It's a throw in. Throw in by Keitumetse Ditebe. Shows too much of the ball in that move. She's also present to stop that attack from the front, pressing high, feeling the heat is Herental Queens. Throw in Alice Moyo. Moyo. There's a chance for Gaborone United. Diffused as far as Chikore. Melody. Sweet melodies. She releases a very determined Polite. Oh, Melody didn't open the letter, and here's a chance for Gaborone, but she has Tumbare for company. Melody didn't read that letter from her teammate. Nandi Permenze. Free kick. This for a foul on Nyasha Manemo. Some tiredness creeping in, perhaps. Coach needs to look at his bench and see if he can make the change. Whatever the plan is for Herentals, so far it's not giving the coach the desired result. But they can be frantic. In the game against UWC, they came back with the venom, they came back with purpose. And I think had that game played on for much longer, they could have found the equalizer. It is Alice Moyo. She's taking those set pieces from the wings. Tumbare has gone up. Mukwanda's gone up. Damba Murono, keeper, calls for it. She collects it and she distributes it. Moyo intercepts. We have had 30 goals scored in the 12 matches. This game still yet to get a goal from it. And our biggest victory is that of Young Buffaloes, which was a 4-0 against Lichinga. And it was in the game of Gaborone United and Ascent where we've got one match giving us 5 goals. That was the busiest of them all so far in the tournament. I mean, 5 goals in one match. The crowd were really entertained. Away by Tumbare. Chikore. Damba Morono. Nancy Bayelezi. Damba Murono. Here's Gaborone. Damba Damba. Damba Damba. Damba Damba. She's reminding you what she can do. She reminds you what you can do. You know, I have to share with you, on our way to the stadium, you get the transport that is used in Malawi, the motorbikes, these little 1500s. And they get onto the motorbikes and they just come in front of you. They cut, they're so busy, they're so fast, and they just always navigating the way. Here's Munemo. Munemo plays the one way with Chikore. And it had to take Celibato to stop that move. So these little motorbikes is a mode of transport that has the ability to just take people from one place. They collect, they drop here, they pick up, they go there. Modise! Oh man, that was a good move. A rare one at that, but one that was pleasing to the eye, one that shows the combination play that they do have. If only they can just pause and then play it again. Look at this ball. Modise playing the one to Ontlametsi, giving it back to her. And that should have been a better strike from Yaone Modise.
You can see the way she struck. She lacked confidence. She didn't believe in herself there.
Well, the confidence is what you need. It's more composure, because you definitely saw a lot of her in the first half, but Damba Murono in that midfield has been marauding. She's been bullish. Here's Mafuruse. Mafuruse has got 2 goals in this tournament. She needs to add another. The golden boot is still up for grabs. Oh, that was a good take, but the offside flag goes up. So we won't celebrate. We won't celebrate. No. But it's a warning. That was pretty close, but Waltana's Happiness Banda Banda spotted that. Player down, Ditebe. Players down, receiving treatment. "70 minutes on the clock. Another 20 to go. Another 20 to go. The medical team had a workshop yesterday, which they were told to be aware. Here's the flag being draped with pride. That is the Zimbabwean flag. And, you got to go back to 2016, and you got to remember players like Talent Mandaza, Rutendo Makoris, Neshamba. Those laid the foundation for the team of Zimbabwe, and today they continue to strive for success. In the COSAFA tournament in 2023, they really had a good time. They won against Mozambique in a match that was almost one-sided by 2-0. They lost to the Zambian outfit by 1-0. But what a performance from Zimbabwe. You'll remember that they were sanctioned by FIFA and they weren't playing much football. But domestically, I think they continue to play. FIFA sanctioning them on the international level, but domestically, they were there to continue to probe, and we got to see some wonderful players. Hence, you're looking at players like Polite Mabika and Munemo Murono. They have come up from those structures in women's football in Zimbabwe. It's a far cry. It's a far cry for Zimbabwe from the 14-0 they received from South Africa in 2002. They have developed into a household name on the continent. That is Zimbabwe. And benefiting from that, or from those results, as Herentals, the platform was laid. The ball has been more out of the field than in the field. Player goes down in the box. There's another change. It is Diana Chipatiko that's given way. And a very attack-minded Melanda Rungu coming on. Melanda making her third appearance in this tournament. Malanda Rungu. She could be the ace card. She could be the secret weapon, Malanda. She comes on with purpose. Player to turn the match on its head, Malanda Rungu. The two changes, it's Chikori, it's Rungu. It's played short by Gaborone United and overcooked. Enough to give Maguire to an opportunity to just talk to Malanda Rungu, who will come in and slot in that midfield. Improvising is coach Lazarus Magaga, has taken out a defender in Diana Chipatiko and brings in Malanda Rungu. Modise. Here's Modise. Modise cutting inside. She's cutting inside on Tlametsi's going to the outside. Here's Bayaletsi for Gaborone United. A header. And what a welcome into the field. Malanda Rungu has just come on. And a clash of heads with a Bayaletsi. It's like that moment when you're in the lift and the lights go out. It's quite scary. It's really quite scary. Timbare, the wall of Jericho. Doba is passing that ball and standing rather. Polite Mabika. Strike from Mabika, intercepted by Macha. Gaborone. Offside and acres offside on Tlametsi. She doesn't check her review mirror. She is just going in gear one and not able to look around and see if she's in an offside position. Just awareness, lost focus. You know, I'll definitely have to ask if when you see, I'll tell you the player's jersey number. In a moment or so, she's going to the ball. It looks like she's wearing those shorts that the under 10s wear. What do they call them? Kabudula.
We call them kabudula in Malawi. Whenever you see a person who wears small shorts like that, it means danger. You must run.
You must run with the small shorts.
Yes, danger.
No. A kabudula. She's wearing her sister's shorts, the small ones. You know, we've got a player in South Africa, they call it Skindi Sengane. Ball in the box, Kabudul. Damba Murono. Damba. On Tlametsi is calling for the ball. She's in an offside position, is on Tlametsi. Laone holds the ball, finds a captain, Ditebe. Good turn and a shot. Does look like we're moving closer and closer to a penalty shootout. The one that will take. Keeper comes out. That last touch from Chikori. The bounce just beating her to it. But she was ready to wrap her foot around it. Melody Chikori. She's full of running since coming on. Tidied up by Muchawe. She says anywhere will do. But it has been Tumbare as well. The two centre-backs of either side have been excellent. Tumbare and Muchawe. Urungo. Melody. Melody brings in Alice Moyo. Alice loses out. The minute she loses the ball, when she's out of position, she runs back. She gets onto her bicycle and goes back to look for a position, is Alice Moyo.
And that's the attitude every player must have if they want to win. At this point, we're looking at a 0-0, 78 minutes. We're looking for a goal. And that's the attitude that Alice is showing in this game.
Well, definitely. Good turn for Dumba Morono. Wins a free kick. The referee says, let me take it from the right spot. That's a foul on Muneo. Mafuruse fancies a long drive, and she does have a good shot. That right foot is absolutely educated and from a very intelligent player. There's Mafuruse. Scott spin, bounce, keeper collects. Mafuruse, jersey number 10. Chikore. There's Mafuruse trying some fancy work. Coach wanted to keep it simple. Doba doba. That's doba doba. Ditebe. Doba doba. Ditebe. Doba doba. Ah. Stops in her tracks is Doba doba. She's disappointed. She carries the ball so well. She carries the ball and breaks through the lines. And she does pack a shot herself. And she fancies it. That's why she's decided she'll rather shoot.
Well, it takes a lot to have a drive to shoot from a distance like that. So maybe if she keeps trying that, she might be lucky.
Definitely. Here's a chance for Gaborone United. Here is Molloy, but forced out wide. Alice Moyo also giving away possession. Here's Ditebe trying to play with Molloy. Ditebe gets into an offside position. She's too quick. Perhaps a bucket run could help her get around the defense offside, and she's tired. She's huffing and puffing. This was a quick 1-2. She never released it a lot quicker. That's close. Very close, because the player on the far right-hand side was playing an onside. But just a slight advantage by Keitumetsi. Mochawe, Alice Moyo. She's on a bicycle. Modise, Jessica, beauty! Jessica Maurice, Jessica Yaone Modise. Jessica opens the scoring. She gets a second goal of the match. Jessica Yaone Modise. Appreciated, calm in the build-up. It was a matter of time. They kept knocking.
She took control of the ball. She spotted the goalkeeper on the side. She pulled the trigger and she struck.
The director, Mr. Nicholas, is ecstatic. Mr. Nicholas has plotted it to the honor, to the last letter. Yaona Modise. The ball bounced for Modise. She carried it through. She took a shot, placed it furthest away from the goalkeeper. Talent Mukwanda was left wanting. And Modise, being pushed to the right-hand side, got enough to get it in the back of the net. 1-0 in favor of Gaborone United. That's what they need. If you're looking at the time, it's the goal scorer, Jessica. Here's Doba Doba. Doba Doba. Doba Doba. Modise is so far the player that has separated the two sides.
And that just shows that experience means responsibility. She will have just seen now how responsible she is.
No, absolutely. I really got to give the previous game as well. Chimwamba, Melinda. One 0 the scoreline. It's a business-like performance. It's Gaborone United that look like they have 1 foot in the final. And their keeper, Amelo Peresi. She'll chew the clock as Tlamelo with 5 minutes to go. On Tlametsi, pull it off the ball. Tumbare, Damba Murono. It is Celebatso fighting for it. There's Alice Moyo. Chikore into the challenge is Modise. Here's Domba Domba. Domba Domba on the edge of the block, being the 1-2. Keito Metsi and couldn't finish. A good move, a brilliant move by Gaborone United. She couldn't finish off. Exhaustion. You can see the players are running on empty. They're on reserve tank.
The heat is on. The heat is on.
Polite Mabika was on an offside position. The second one in this half. Celebatso comes out in the midfield, and Jessica Maponga comes in. Well, there's something about the name Jessica. So they're trying their luck yet again. Jessica scored the goal, and they bring in Jessica Maponga to also turn on the heat. So 2 Jessicas, it's Jessica squared. Jessica Maponga, she's coming, she fits into the midfield. Here's Keitumetsi Ditebe. Keitumetsi, a little too much, but she was definitely looking for Jessica Maponga, who's just come on. Khalid hasn't sat down. He just wants this match to be blown off. His team is in the lead. He's been very, very consistent, very vocal. You know, he says, we started very slow. And you can see a team coming of age at this tournament, making their debut. And right now, he's got 1 foot in the final.
He's living on the edge. He just wants this game to end so that he can get out with the girls and celebrate.
Here's a chance for Herentals, playing the 1-2 with Alice Moyo. Look at who's doing the work. It's Jessica Modise coming all the way to tidy up the goal scorer. And the referee is asking the stretcher to come on. There's been a very quick reaction by the referees with the medical team in this match. We definitely have noted that they don't want to get the players to waste time, so they quickly pick up the baggage and get onto the touchline so that the game can continue. Player being helped up to the stretcher. We'll get to see who the player is and share with you as quickly as we can. And stretch it off and taken away out to the nearest place. They say when you come to Zimbabwe, to Malawi, as we turn and shoot, you cannot go home without going to the mountains. Mount Mulanje, it's at It's about 3,002 meters. 3,002
The third
meters.
largest.
The third largest way, because it's the first largest in Malawi.
Yes, yes.
That's the first largest in Malawi.
Yes, in Malawi,
In
yes.
Malawi, it's
and
the
there's
highest.
no way you can go back without going to see
There we
Mulanje
go.
Mountain.
It's the largest or the highest in Malawi. And guess what? Stay with me, I'll tell you what. Here's Moyo. Turning and shoot. Here's Moyo, she's pushed up. She's looking to give the same performance as she did with a beautiful goal that she had. 3 minutes to go. 3 minutes for Gaborone United to book a place in the final and making history at their first attempt. Records have been broken. But here's Mafuruse. Mafuruse brings in Bridget Mutaura. They've silenced Mafuruse in this match. Mount Mulanje, which is a large Inselberg. It's actually an Inselberg, is Mount Mulanje. There's another change. Polite Mabika has been taken out and bringing in a very, very strong Sikuleki Lenyoni. Sikuleki Lenyoni. Well, just to translate that, Sikuleki means we've prayed. So they prayed. Here's the goalkeeper showing what she can do. Takes the ball down on the chest. We've played almost 2 minutes of the referee's additional time.
And she
Almost.
goes down.
Yeah.
She goes down in her office. She's telling the girls, relax.
Oh,
I've
yeah.
got this.
No, she's got this. Yeah, there's calm about Peresi. All the aches and pains have disappeared. Damba Morono. Bridget. Ontlametsi, tied it up by Bayaletsi. Jessica Maponga gives away possession. Damba Morono is looking for Alice Moyo, but that ball is hacked back. And Gaborone United says, go back, rebuild, go back, take your time. In the meantime, they're watching the clock steadily. Maguire. Ditebe, ball bouncing. Jessica, what does she do with this? Trying to wrap her foot around it is Ontlametsi. There's Damba Morono. Tumbare, the wall of Jericho, the wall of Jericho. There's Tumbare. It's a long ball. This time they pumping the balls in. Muchawe says, no, not now. And the referee says, right now, it is. Congratulations to Gaborone United. They find a place in the final. Jessica Yaone Modise leading her team into a maiden final for the very, very first time. A smile, some celebrations, a thank you to the goalkeeper. They had to perform miracles to get her into this match. Tamelo Peresi. And it is Gaborone United that end the ride of Herentals. Herental Queens are in disbelief. The plan did not work out today. The plan backfired for coach Lazarus Magaga. When it mattered most, he tampered with the formation. He tampered with the system. And unfortunately for Herentals, ending on the losing side. It is Gaborone United 1, Herental Queens 0. A goal in the 82nd minute from a player who has threatened and threatened throughout. We relive the moments of the 90 minutes in which the team from Gaborone continued to probe. It was a very, very early corner that caused some anxiety in the defense of Gaborone United, taken by Bridget Mutaura. It was Polite who was also trying to get onto the score sheet. She was not done finding Alice Moyo, and that ball going over the woodwork. The message was very clear. Attack from the first whistle. Corner taken. Again, coming close. This time it was Laone Malloy. But patience, Polite, tried to make sure in front of goal she was composed, she was patient, but keeper Tumelo Peresi just making sure that she tidies up. Doba Ditebe, she didn't like the scene today, but tried to take a shot from distance, and equal to the task was Lindiwe Magwede. Here's Jessica Modise, again keep on trying and believing in the plan, playing the quick 1-2 between her and Ontlametsi. And this is the moment, this is the heartbreak, this is the end of the Herentals. A beautiful goal coming from the right-hand side to make sure that Jessica Yaone Modise gets the goal that takes them through to the final. Congratulations, Gaborone United. Let's go down to Mokele for the interviews with the player of the match.
Congratulations, Yaone. You've won the Woman of the Match in a match that has taken you to the final. How excited are you?
I'm so excited.
Making a debut all the way up until the final as Gaborone United. What has been the secret from you as a player?
We came